So also the video is super long. Like I actually went on the network and watched the entire like 5 to 7 minute. I think it was like 4 to 5 minute long. So if you guys want to see the whole thing, make sure you guys go to the network, check it out because very interesting stuff. Daniel Bryan has been doing this where he's kind of been going back and forth where he's like, I don't know, he's been giving like these more real, raw interviews on Talking Smack. And as you can see, make sure you guys go there, check it out, let them know, show them some love. Um, I love that the camera showed Renee right here. It's so awesome because like it makes it seem so real that the camera knew to pan to her and she knew to make that face, or maybe it was like real. Maybe she made that face because it was legit real, and maybe she's not real, but maybe she didn't know it was gonna happen. But I love that they panned to her and showed like the face. Let me move my microphone real quick. All right.
To create a wrestler who, to me, like embodies like when I was an independent guy and I was thinking like, oh, okay, what's the soft WWE style? It would be that. WWE has transformed in the last.
So he's saying that WWE has transformed, right? Like he's saying that WWE is going more in the indie route. And if you've been watching wrestling, and you look at some of the people that are in the limelight over the past couple of years. I mean, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, of course, now Seth Rollins, now Dean Ambrose, Finn Balor. These are the very indie guys, AJ Styles, the guys that made their name off this hard, crazy, rough style. So what Daniel Bryan is saying here is so true, and it's kind of interesting that WWE is allowing him to say this stuff because WWE's always like been like the kind of company that like we're the best, nobody is better than us, and it's interesting that they are cool with like talking about this. Like I'm really digging that, and it's just awesome that like they are understanding their audience. You know, like yeah, there's kids involved, but like a majority of your audience are people, I don't know, teens and higher maybe. Like yeah, you have a lot of kids, but if you look at the crowd, it's a lot of adults that don't have kids with them. Like I don't watch wrestling for kids. I started watching wrestling when I was a kid, but it's cool that they're kind of like, all right, maybe we have to change our style a little bit. You know, maybe I'm hoping that this is Triple H's whole thing because that's what NXT was. So let's see.
You had your chance to talk. You're the one that called
The
me a
Miz.
coward in the wrestling ring. I'm the coward in the wrestling ring. Yeah. But let's talk about cowards for 1 second. The reason I wrestle the way I wrestle is because I can do it day in and day out all the time for 10 plus years. I have never in my career ever have been injured. I don't get injured for 6 months to a year. I am here each and every week.
Look at that. Oh my God. Who knew the Miz could act?
Let me tell you about a coward. Let me tell you about a guy who tells his WWE fans, the people that he loves.
Oh, I get chills just watching this. Oh my God,
Miz.
Miz. This is glorious.
To claim this title.
All right, let me pause it right there. Like, all right, so if you guys are in the chat, let me know if you guys like thought the Miz had this in him. I mean, I've seen some of the Miz's like Marine movies. They're fine, but like this is some good stuff here. Like real stuff where you question if it's real, if it's fake, and I dig the hell out of it. Honestly, let me know if you guys agree. Like if you guys if you guys knew all along that the Miz could do this. Like if the Miz had this in him, you know what I mean? Because I did not expect the Miz to do this. Like I've seen the Miz, he's always felt like the comedy guy, you know, like the comedy act, never the serious guy, the guy that always that can come off and give like a real passionate promo. And this felt like a passionate promo. Like they let him get off like his leash, or like let him get off the leash, let him be him. He's a company man, of course. Everybody knows that that's been like going around forever. He's a company man. He doesn't really go off the rails or anything. He's does whatever the company needs, and that's what he's good about doing. And it's true what he's saying. His style is very simple style, safe style, and it's cool. Daniel Bryan plays that whole hard, crazy indie style, and I like that they're playing into that. Like it makes it feel authentic, it makes it feel real, and that's why people love it. That's why people are like talking about it. It's on Forbes. It's on like all these magazines. I mean, all these website magazines. Like, it makes it feel super real. Even though Miz is a company man. Yeah, Daniel Bryan is upset. Like in real life, he's upset that he can't wrestle. But according to the rumors and everybody talking, they knew this was going to happen. This was always going to happen, and they just kind of might have gone a little bit overboard, but they knew where they were, the points that they were going to hit. So we'll finish it off here. We're not finished, but we'll
if they would let me come back, I would come back.
Oh, if you would?
Yeah.
You would. You love that WWE ring. You love wrestling. You love being right in that wrestling ring, and you love wrestling, right? Well, why don't you quit?
All right, so when he says the right, why don't you quit? That's when you're like, oh man, this is getting like real. You know, it's not real, but it's like it's feeling real. Like he's talking about his indie stuff. He starts talking about his bingo halls, the bingo halls.
Okay, I think you need to call.
Having Renee chime in here, like I love film, like I love movies, I love film, and my whole thing about wrestling is I want a good story. And what this is doing right now, it's laying out a good story. They've been having these little nuggets throughout the past couple of weeks when, like, even when Miz drafted, or Daniel Bryan drafted the Miz, and Daniel Bryan said he drafted the belt, not the Miz, and just planting these little nuggets throughout, and it's cool, like it's awesome. And after the clip, I'll let you guys know what I think it means.
Thank you very much, Renee. This is a great show, but we're talking.
He so
I need to talk to you
talks her down.
quick, because the fact is, you're the one that calls me the coward, but you're the one that doesn't get in the WWE ring again. No, don't you walk away from me, Daniel.
All right, well, that pretty much ends it. I mean, he keeps going into a rant. He talks about that he has the prestige title. He goes into, you guys know, you guys seen it, you guys know. Hopefully, I don't get hit with any copyright strike, so I'm gonna end the video there. So the question is it real? Is it fake? Is it something in between? What does it mean? I don't know what it means, and I don't know what they're gonna play with it. So I'm gonna give you guys what I think is gonna happen and what I think it means. So what I think it means is, I think Daniel Bryan is not coming back. I know people are hoping Daniel Bryan comes back. People are saying like, oh, maybe this means Daniel Bryan will wrestle once again. No, guys, I'm sorry. He's not coming back. He can't come back. He ain't coming back to WWE. There's just no way. I mean, do they play it up like this and then he gets one more match against the Miz to get the title? No, they can't, because then he has to defend the title. It's too risky. He's not coming back. What I think this means is that Daniel Bryan is going to have somebody fight in his place at World Champ, like whatever the champions. At Backlash. So Backlash is it's on the 11th, so it's about 3 weeks from now. So what I think is going to happen is Daniel Bryan is going to bring a guy that fights his style, that aggressive, that hard style. And I honestly believe that guy is going to be Samoa Joe. Like, I believe that guy is going to be Samoa Joe. I think Samoa Joe is going to be the guy that Daniel Bryan's like, this is the style that I like. He's been on the indies. He's done all this crazy stuff. He's this champion from everywhere. I think they're going to go with Samoa Joe, and it's going to be, that's how you're going to bring in Samoa Joe. Daniel Bryan's not getting back in the ring. My thing is, right, after this thing right here, look, it has 1 million views on YouTube right now. 1,000,001. Which is pretty high for any like backstage segment for them. It's not high for their top 10s or anything, but for their segments, it's pretty insanely high. 1 million views in about 3 days. So super high. So what I think is gonna happen is this is gonna be a way for Daniel Bryan to bring in somebody that plays or fights his style. You know what I mean? Like Daniel Bryan is gonna show the Miz somebody that fights his style. And my concern is, this is going to get The Miz so over. Like, The Miz is going to get so cheered on next week's SmackDown. He's going to get so cheered. People are going to eat him up. They're going to love it. Because this is pipe bomb goodness, honestly. Like, this is like what CM Punk did, where he spazzed out, and now they can play into this. And the reason that I believe that this is like a big deal is because if we go to the WWE YouTube channel, which we'll show right here, if you go down their thing, like they're actually, let me pause this.
What's up, everyone?
Pause this. Like they're making it a thing. Like it's on the thing, right? And then they even have a new segment here called "What Are People Saying About the Miz's Tirade on Talking Smack?" So they're playing into it. They're adding into it. They're feeding into that fire, and that's what people want to see. Like people want that. We know it's fake, but it could be real thing. You know what I mean? And so the fact that they're gonna have the Miz and be pushing this new thing about the Miz feeling like he has to remake a name for himself, even though he's been this guy that has never been injured and does everything correctly. I think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna bring in Samoa Joe. He'll be the bad guy. They'll make the Miz face. The Miz has been like the biggest heel for a while. Like the Miz has been like the only true heel where people actually boo. I mean, Sheamus is a heel. I guess Charlotte's kind of a heel, but people like Charlotte. They respect Charlotte. They didn't really care about The Miz. But now, The Miz isn't like a true heel anymore. Like, he is a heel who I am telling you guys is going to get cheered. People are going to love him now because of this. So, especially if they show this like to people that are watching SmackDown, because yeah, it's big on YouTube, and yeah, it's big on the network, but not many people watch that. You know what I mean? Like, when SmackDown goes live next week, they emphasize this, they show this, they bring it to like attention. It could be a really fun big deal. So that's what I think is gonna happen. Let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's gonna be who? Daniel Bryan isn't getting back in the ring, so who do you guys think is going to be the guy that comes in and fights in the indie style name? You know what I mean? It's not gonna be Apollo, because Apollo isn't like an indie guy. I seriously think it's gonna be Samoa Joe. Like, Samoa Joe lost. He dislocated his jaw from that the Shinsuke Nakamura finisher, so I believe it's going to be Samoa Joe. Let's get that music back up a little bit. So I think it's gonna be Samoa Joe. I think they'll introduce him and they'll do some things with him, and that's what I'm gonna be guessing is gonna happen. All right, so now that we talked about that, let's head over to Let's head over to talk about some other news that's been happening. You know, guys, like, there's been a lot of news that's happened. So let's go through some of this news and see what stands out. What is happening in the wild world of the interwebs. And what you guys can do is you guys can chime in, chat, let me know what you guys think. And let's see where the heck is that. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk about isn't even about this right here. It's on this right here. There you go. So these are the original plans for Finn Balor, according to a bunch of rumors. I think it was who was this? These guys. The original reports of, was this it? Wrestling Observer? I don't know. I think it's them. The original, like, what they thought it was gonna be. Chris thinks that Apollo Crews might win the belt. I hope to God not. Like, Apollo Crews is so boring, and now that The Miz has cut this amazing promo, I am off the hate bandwagon on him, and I am hoping that they do something with him. So the original plans for Finn Balor, of course, were going to be big, and now we find out what they were if he wasn't hurt. So Finn Balor was injured at SummerSlam, dislocated his shoulder, or tore some. He dislocated his shoulder, popped it back in, but something was torn when he did it, and supposedly it happened in the ring later on as well. Which people were calling Seth Rollins an unsafe worker. I think it was Bret Hart or some legends were calling him an unsafe worker, right? And I gotta say, I disagree. I don't think Seth Rollins is an unsafe worker. I just think his moves are just less safe than WWE is used to. So I don't think he's hurting people on purpose. I don't think he's an unsafe worker, and that's just it. I don't know why people keep saying that. I don't think he is. Now, when it comes to the original plans for Finn Balor, right? What was going to happen with Finn Balor? What was meant to be? So according to this report, the original plans were that Kevin Owens and Finn Balor were going to have a feud at Night of Champions. Like, they were going to have a feud going forward. They were going to have a fight. Many of you guys know Finn Balor and Kevin Owens had like an NXT feud for a while. Fucking awesome. It's on the network. NXT. I think maybe we're on 2 of the takeovers. But when Finn Balor lost the belt to Kevin Owens, great matches. So what they were gonna do is they were gonna push Kevin Owens into that limelight to go up against Finn Balor. And they were gonna have a feud and have they were gonna have a match at Night of Champions. And at Night of Champions, it was gonna end in a draw. Like a complete draw, and it was going to win. But what was going to end up happening is that somehow Chris Jericho was going to get involved, and then that was going to spark some type of rivalry going into Hell in a Cell, and we were going to have a Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Chris Jericho Hell in a Cell match. This is according to this report. Now, Hell in a Cell is in October, right? Yeah, it's in October. But so a triple threat Hell in a Cell in October, that would have been fucking insane, right? I mean, Chris Jericho is old, whatever, but it would be cool to get him back in that picture. He hasn't been in the picture for a while. My thing about this is, like, I want Kevin Owens to have the belt, but now Finn Balor's here. This is why Kevin Owens should be on SmackDown, because if he was on SmackDown, I wouldn't mind if he took the belt off Dean Ambrose. But he's on, now that Finn Balor's here, or he was here, I wasn't sure, but I would want Kevin Owens to be up there. So that would have been awesome. These two guys would be fucking amazing. Like, who knows? Like, Hell in a Cell triple threat match between these, like, Jericho, Balor, and Owens would have been, like, really, really cool. And then after that, you maybe have another Balor Finn thing, and you go from there. My thing is, I don't know what the fuck was gonna happen with Rollins. Not sure. Like, maybe he would get back into a feud with Reigns. I don't know, because Raw dropped the ball in some scenarios last week, because they did everything for the main title, but they kind of forgot about Rusev's title. Like, Roman had a thing for Rusev's title, and now that's over. I don't know. Which brings us to the speculation, like, what's going to happen on Raw? Do they continue with this plan, but instead of Finn Balor, you replace Finn with Seth, where, like, Seth wins it on Monday Night Raw next week, or better yet, this is what I want to happen. Kevin Owens wins it on Monday Night Raw next week, which completely pisses off Seth Rollins. That would be awesome, right? Because Kevin Owens is the new champion. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins go at it for a while, and then, like, you can, when Finn Balor does come back, Kevin Owens and Seth would have a feud. Jericho would be in there. You can still do the Jericho thing and Kevin Owens thing. You just have to replace Finn with Seth. And in all honesty, Finn and Seth are both fucking phenomenal wrestlers, so it wouldn't be that upsetting, like, for you to put Seth in there. So you put Seth in that match. You have Seth go against Kevin Owens at Night of Champions. Ends in a no decision. Then you go into Hell in a Cell, do the same thing. Like, very similar situation, like similar story can happen. Like, I'm super cool with that. What everybody wants is, they all want, of course, they want Kevin Owens to be up there. He deserves it. What this just means is, like, now if Kevin Owens gets it, you do it with Seth. Like, think about what Night of Champions could be. It could be Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins, right? You can have Rusev versus, like, Roman. Bring that back up. Have Rusev get involved in the Roman, in that that fatal 4-way match, and have something happen where, like, he costs Roman the match. No, like I said earlier, Seth Rollins is not an unsafe worker. I just think he's had some bad luck. His powerbomb thing, it's more dangerous than the WWE would like, because the people that they're throwing against the barricade or anything can't really stop themselves in a great manner, which is what happened to Finn. His shoulder, like, if you look at the video, his shoulder kind of got caught, and that's what happened. But let me know, do you guys think that in any way, shape, or form, Seth Rollins does not come out on Raw with the belt? Like, I think it's going to be Kevin Owens now. Because if these were the original plans, these plans could still happen. You can still have Kevin Owens win the belt, piss off Seth Rollins, have Seth Rollins come after him. Then Seth Rollins, let's say, maybe Seth Rollins gets involved. Like, maybe Seth Rollins wins the Night of Champions. And maybe Chris Jericho was the one that gets involved. He accidentally cost Kevin Owens the match. You know, you can do some things with this and have a lot of fun. So I am 100% cool with that. I don't mind that story at all. Gets Kevin Owens involved, does something with that. Could even spark later on a fatal 4-way match or a triple threat with a fatal 4-way. Imagine a WrestleMania fatal 4-way. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor. Like, tell me right now you guys don't get like a hard on just thinking about that. Like, my God, that'd be amazing, right? You guys can do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's scenarios and situations that work, that you can still have a great card even though Finn is, or great, like, stories being told even though Finn is hurt. And actually, Kevin Owens is better on the mic than Finn. So Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins going back and forth should be money. So I'm super cool with that. I'm 100% happy with that. I don't mind that. It sucks. Would have been amazing to see Finn and Kevin and Seth. It would be cool. But the story can still happen, just with different characters. And like I said, all I care about is a story. So if you can give me a great story, a good story with quality matches, I'm cool with that. And you can still tell that really cool story and you might be able to tell it better. You might not have the better in-ring fights because Seth Rollins has never really worked with Kevin Owens. At least I don't think they have. At least in WWE they haven't. So you can still have that amazing fight. So that's what I'm guessing, guys. Like I think that's what's gonna happen. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's hop over to what's happening in the wild world of internet. All right, so I'm gonna talk about this just because everybody was talking about it for a while. So Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, they had an altercation in the back after the Randy Orton, whatever the fuck Brock did. He busted him open. So what happened is that Chris Jericho was in the back after Randy was brought back, and he was asking if this was the original ending, whatever. Nobody was talking to him. Everybody was like being super quiet. Jericho was getting antsy, getting upset, and he was yelling out that this is bullshit as Brock was walking by. Brock heard it. Brock got mad. Brock came up to Jericho, started like antagonizing him, telling Jericho, "What are you gonna do?" He got supposedly the rumors are he kissed Jericho on the forehead or did something like that. And he was saying, either fight me or kiss me, some weird ass scenario. Not sure what that means, but that's what was happening. And then what ended up happening is Triple H had to break them up. They got back into it. Vince McMahon came up and he did the whole, if you guys don't stop, you're all fired. So, they stopped, they let it be. Chris Jericho has gotten into the faces of plenty of big guys. I mean, he had a thing with Goldberg a while ago. I think he also had a thing with Scott Steiner. Like, Jericho doesn't care. Jericho could give two shits if you're bigger than him. He has giant ass balls and he will step to you. So, like, what do I think about this? I think that Brock, honestly, like, I like Brock as a character, right? But I don't like Brock as a person. Because everything I hear about Brock, even Dean Ambrose was talking about, Brock is lazy. Brock comes here to get a paycheck. Brock doesn't want to do much. Brock wants to get paid his $3 million a year from WWE for doing absolutely nothing. He just doesn't care enough to do stuff. People were saying that Randy was no selling the German suplexes on SummerSlam, and I completely agree. I told my brother that. I was like, yo, he is no selling it right now. He is putting all of his weight down. He's gonna piss off Brock. I didn't think Brock was gonna fucking damn near kill Randy, but I didn't hate what Jericho did. Like, I loved what Jericho did. I was like, yes, Jericho, like, stand up to Brock. He's being a jackass. He's being a dick. The whole suspension angle where Brock is suspended for $500 is a fucking joke, honestly. That's got to be a fuck up. $500 is a fucking joke. Maybe it was meant to be like $500K or something, but $500? What the fuck? Let's see what else we got here. So I'm cool with this. I don't know what's gonna happen. Brock will be off TV till probably the Rumble. I think the first guy that's gonna be. Some like Steven Larson think that the Brock is going to lose clean to the first time to Shinsuke Nakamura when he comes up. I think he's going to lose clean to to Finn Balor. That's how I'm seeing that going. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. So now we're heading over to NoDQ.com. I'm here because they cover a lot of the news and they have like a pretty easy setup for the archive. So let's click on some things here. So RVD says he turned down a return offer to WWE. Cody Rhodes on almost leaving WWE sooner. So I heard about this, and supposedly Cody Rhodes Dusty told what the hell is that? That'll show up soon. Dusty told Rhodes to leave after the Big Show loss at WrestleMania 32. So that was what the article was. I'm not really gonna read this, but I read it, and supposedly that's what Rhodes told. Who was he talking to? I don't know. WrestleDelphia. He was talking to them, and supposedly that's what happened. Is that Dusty told him to leave after he lost the Big Show, or the Big Show match. So it sucks because I actually like Cody Rhodes, and I wish he was still in the company, and like I actually liked his character, and after you hear all this stuff about him where he's like he would do whatever you guys asked him to, you know what I mean? Like he did everything. And WWE still creative, just I don't know, you guys know the whole letter, the whole situation that happened. It sucked. Goldberg says WWE return isn't up to him. I don't know what that's about. We'll open that up. Michelle McCool has skin cancer removed. Yep, I read about this. Michelle McCool, this is Undertaker's wife, of course. Yes, I guess she had skin cancer, and she got it removed, so hopefully that turns out well. So I heard about this Rock situation. We'll go over that. We'll talk about that a little bit. And that's pretty much it. Let's see. I know that Shawn Michaels is on NXT. There was some behind the scene photos where Shawn Michaels and Triple H were talking, and they were by the ring on NXT. So the rumors were saying that Shawn Michaels was going to have a part of NXT. I also read somewhere about Alberto Del Rio, and how he will be leaving soon. So, yep, there he goes. Not expected. This is a What Culture story. So I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's see what else we got here. Bailey writes a blog. Read that. Foley comments on the Miz promo. This Bret Hart thing is where he was calling Seth Rollins an unsafe worker. That sucks. All right, but let's go over some of these stories here. Remember, guys, if you guys have questions, lay out the questions. I mean, they don't even have to. They could be anything based, wrestling based, movie, but it doesn't matter. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask. This whole point of me doing this is to interact with you guys, have a nice time, talk. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. All right, but let's get into some of these stories here. All right, so this one is Goldberg says WWE return isn't up to him. So let's see here. So rumors that were saying that Goldberg was going to come back. He was going to be a part of that Brock Lesnar match somehow, get interfere, and then they were going to set up Brock versus Goldberg at Survivor Series maybe, or the Rumble, or even SummerSlam. I don't know. A feeling that I haven't felt in a long time, which is kind of cool, but the reality is it ain't in my court. He said it's not in my court. I've said many times that I'm willing to throw water under the bridge, but hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm here in the video game, and I'm ecstatic for that. If that's all that it is, hey, I'm fine. I'm cool. I can live the rest of my life and be extremely pleased. All right, so pretty much he's saying he's down, but it's up to the WWE to be the ones to drop the hammer and say, yo, you're coming in, you're not coming in. So makes sense. All right, so this is the Rock situation. So the Rock is filming filming Fast 8. So I listen to a lot of movie podcasts, and the Rock and Vin Diesel had a situation where the Rock was filming Fast 8, and he was talking. He was saying that he was upset at some of he was upset at the male co-workers or male stars of the movie. Whatever, he called them candy asses. He said the female workers had like more heart, all this other stuff. Then later came out that Vin Diesel said some things, and they had some altercation where they were both talking smack about one another, and I don't know, it was like a whole big deal. And Kristen Harloff on the Collider movie talk show pointed out that you never know with Vince. This might even be a story, but if it's The Rock and Vin Diesel, they got too much money to be doing this. They have too much pride. Like they don't need to be doing this. But it turns out, Life and Style magazine reports that an insider is claiming that the feud between The Rock and Vin Diesel will lead to a match at WrestleMania, which in turn will promote the release of Fast 8, which comes out in April of 2017. I think Fast 8 comes out a week after WrestleMania, so it'd be perfect. The Rock convinced Vin to amp up the drama between them so they could turn it into a WWE match to help promote the film. Does it sound like Vince? Yeah. Does it come off very shitty? Yeah. Because they're movie stars, and it's, I don't know. It brings that fake stuff into wrestling that we all know it's fake, but we don't want to see it fake. I mean, come on, guys. Like, The Rock versus Vin Diesel, what's it going to be? Like, is The Rock going to beat up Vin Diesel? Like, Vin Diesel's never been a wrestler. He's not a wrestler. He doesn't know how to wrestle. Like, is The Rock just going to beat up Vin Diesel? Because that's just stupid. Or it'll be what happened with Ronda Rousey last year? No, 2 years ago, where she just gets in the ring, the authority thing, and that was just hot garbage. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, so the Alberto Del Rio. So Alberto Del Rio, I'm calling him Del Rio. Del Rio has been suspended for 30 days for the wellness policy. And according to the Wrestling Observer, the betting lines is that Del Rio will not be back. Let's see. Where the hell's the article? Of course, he's dating Paige. Del Rio and Paige were spotted at a MMA event, which was seen by some some in the company as a potential bargaining tactic and was not appreciated. Oh wow! So I guess Del Rio was at an MMA event and the WWE thinks that he was using the MMA thing and saying, "Hey, I'll do MMA. I don't need you guys." Kind of fucked up by Del Rio, but maybe it wasn't anything. So I don't love Del Rio. I think Del Rio's fine. He's okay. He's a great wrestler, but his characters have never been like great for me. Paige, on the other hand, Paige was my favorite wrestler for a while. Like for like 2 years, I loved Paige until Sasha and Charlotte and these girls came back in. And just when you think that like now the wrestling females are here, Paige can elevate with them. But instead, what happened is Paige pissed somebody off, then she got injured, hanging out with Del Rio. Now she got suspended, wellness policy. And I think Paige is like 23, 24 years old. So for her to get on bad blood with the WWE is a bad idea. It's a super bad idea. Like the fact that she's even considering, like, I'm not considering, but if she's even considering leaving for this, it's a joke. Like she's a great wrestler. It's in her blood. It's in her family. She's got this opportunity, and she's gonna like decide to bail. Like, can you imagine, right? If Paige was on SmackDown, like this is another thing. If Paige was on SmackDown, like, what they can trade Paige for. You trade Paige for Carmella straight up. You put Carmella with Enzo and Cass. You bring Paige over here, and the women's division on SmackDown is a hell of a lot better. Hell of a lot better. But instead, they were like, no, we're gonna have Paige on Raw, and Paige is gonna do nothing, like just stupid shit. So I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know what they're gonna do going forward. But let's see what the comments here are saying. Let me bring up the comments real quick. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Nope, wrong one again. All right, here we go. So we got your opinion on the WWE martial arts title and junior heavyweight title in today's WWE. I don't know what the junior. I don't know what any of these titles are. Mario, is that? I'm assuming that's meant to be martial arts. I don't. Is that like was that Steve Blackman's belt? I don't think I've ever heard of that belt. And then the junior heavyweight, was that just the light heavyweight? I don't know what belt that is. Big Show's already taking on Shaq. Oh my God. Could you imagine if WrestleMania has Shaq versus fucking the Big Show, which is gonna be fucking a joke of a match. And then you also have The Rock versus Vin Diesel. Oh my God, it's gonna be worse than last. It's gonna be worse than the last year's one. Oh my God, it's gonna be bad, so bad. Like, and then the rumors are Big Show's retiring after this year, so Big Show's gonna lose at WrestleMania to fucking Shaq. Why wouldn't you have the Big Show build his character up for a year? He hasn't even been on TV for a while, so build his character up, put him in a really good rivalry, let him get a couple wins, maybe go against Rusev, get the belt off Rusev, get some victories, you know what I mean? Maybe not get the belt off Rusev, but like put up some good matches against Rusev, or do something, and then have him lose at Mania and put somebody over. I mean, it's gonna sound horrible, but do I even want to say it? I was gonna say Braun Strowman, guys. Maybe Big Show puts over Braun Strowman. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. We got where the fuck is it? Del Rio versus Lesnar, WWE Martial Arts Championship. I'm telling you, I don't know what that is. Like, is that a fake title? Is that a real title? I don't know what that is. So I don't think there's anything on WWE right now. Hey, look, Impact is on today. Yeah, so pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the show. There's really nothing else to talk about. Like, I don't see anything on these the dirt sheet websites. So we got here. This is Finn Balor hurt. Some spoilers for the taping. I'm not gonna read that. Ricochet over on Lucha Underground. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. The cruiserweight matches. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else is to really talk about. Like I said, this is more of a sit back, relax, go through some of the news, just have a nice conversation. Just have fun, relax. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that if you guys have any questions before I get out of here, you guys throw them at me. Throw these questions at me. Doesn't matter what they're about. Hit me with these questions. Let me know what you guys think, and I will be back next week to talk some more wrestling on Monday and on Tuesday. And if you guys enjoy this show, follow me on Twitter, which where's Twitter? Follow me on Twitter at Geeked Out Steven. You follow me there, and you guys can hashtag WWE Reacts at me and ask me questions or some news that you guys want me to talk about next week, or things like that. Make it more interactive. So just this is some kind of funny stuff. So WWE Reacts. So WWE Reacts at me, and we could talk about some stuff. All right, what we got here? Not related to Paul Aaron's team. You should be the third member. Yeah, I mean, I'm big. I don't know how tall they are. I mean, I'm 6 feet. I'm a big guy. I'm bald. I'm not strong though. I mean, I could probably get strong if I turned all this fat into muscle. But yeah, I actually saw that match. So I was really positive on that team. What do they call it? The something of pain, authors of pain. I was on board that team, but then this week they came out with some fucking like wannabe Scream mask, like the skull mask, and I was like, no, you're ruining them. You are ruining them so much. Let's head over to WWE.com real quick. What I want this WWE React show to be, right? When I get on here and I talk with you guys and we just have a conversation about wrestling, what I want the show to be is about an hour long, half an hour to an hour long of just talking, going through some things, going through some news, through the website, things like that. So things like just things that we can have talk about. Which member of Raw roster would have the best chance of defeating Brock Lesnar? Let's go to the poll. Oh my God. I'm saying Finn Balor. That's who I'm answering with. Bam. Roman Reigns. Come on. What the fuck? Roman Reigns. Come on, guys. Roman Reigns. Come on. Come on. This is horseshit. Whatever. Yeah, so I just want this to be more of a conversational thing, just talking. Also, like, if you guys don't know, I do top 10s. I do top 10 videos. Right now, I only have about 2 wrestling ones. I have 4 wrestling ones. Biggest losers, winners of the drafts, separate videos. I have SummerSlam worst matches, and I have best TLC matches. But if you guys enjoy those, like, I want to keep doing them. I really do love editing videos and putting a list together. So I definitely want to keep doing that. So maybe I'll put one up soon. I don't have any ideas right now. Maybe I'll do a Backlash one because Backlash is coming up. Maybe I'll do like the best Backlash moments because Backlash is coming up. All right. So let's see what else we got here. See, any more questions? Is any pro wrestling available on Sirius satellite radio? They need a show for us traveling. I don't know. I don't have satellite radio, but there's a ton of podcasts. That's what I listen to podcasts. There's a ton of podcasts you can just download and have them on there. But all right, guys. Am I at about an hour? Let's see where I'm at. Am I at about an hour? I'm at 45 minutes. Like I said, just relaxing, talking, just kind of going with the flow here. All right, let's see what else is. Let's go through this website. See what's on here. This is a fucking joke. What the fuck? Why isn't this fixed? The authors of pain, the hurt in the WWE tag team. So did you guys see the WWE 2K17 graphics right now? So the graphics look really like pretty close to last year's one, a little bit better. But the female hair looks so bad. Like I saw this the IGN video of Charlotte versus Sasha. Man, it was so bad. Like it was so awful. Yeah, this thing. Oh, this is a video. Whatever. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. But like I was looking at the video and I couldn't believe how bad it looked. I was like, why does it look so bad? Let me see if I find it. 2K17. Like the hair for the women looks so hot garbage. Hands-on impression breaking on them. I'm not doing all that. All right, well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's very laid back, just me talking, me sitting on tried to make it as pretty as possible. That way, since it is just me talking and having conversation with you guys, it's not this big thing. If you guys showed up late at the beginning of the show, I did a reaction, kind of a reaction, talking about The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. So if you, once this video goes up, make sure you guys go check that out. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you guys want to see from me, what kind of top 10s you want to see. Same way to hit me up is on Twitter, at GeekedOutSteven, hashtag it top 10 WWE or WWE top 10 at me, and what kind of ideas you guys have. I have a ton of ideas, but, or even, it doesn't have to be wrestling based. Like, I make top 10s about anything that I really want. Like, if you guys go through my channel, you guys can see that, like, it's pretty much anything. But pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.